I have not been looking forward to making this video. And I feel like I really need to talk about it. Wish me luck. I think I've just done the scariest thing in my life. I have been feeling burnt out. It's pretty stunning now. Back at it again, taking Siren the Step Van down some back roads. Oh, isn't this beautiful? As usual, I have pulled over and stopped on the random point of the side of the road because I have spotted something in the forest and I want to go and check it out. And there's the van, there's the road, and I think this thing is going to be a little too out of reach. Do you see what I see? Mushrooms! There's trees that could be reachable, especially if I got a knife and stuck it to a stick. I am going to try anyway. I have a stick. In the van I have some electrical tape and I have a knife. Let's tape a knife to a stick and see if we can cut down some mushrooms. We are armed and sticked. Let's do this. Making it. It is going to be tricky. I think this bit is just swampy and the actual creek runs that way. So I'm not actually going to get my feet wet. But this terrain is very challenging and I am scrambling with all hands and feet. But those mushrooms look in reach and in better shape than I thought. Here we are! It's just a little slice of paradise. And I can reach them. Like, this is gonna be easy. Oh dear. I feel so lucky to live in such a pretty place. Like, I don't know. It's just beautiful and nature is amazing and beautiful. The beautiful coal's foot flower. I don't think I've ever seen mushrooms this big. There's more of this whole tree. However, the bottom of it is down there. I don't think I can get down there. The stick might be able to reach them if I stand on the side of the bank. Even if I could get one, that's going to be so much mushroom. Like, honestly, the edge of the road has quite a steep bank, so wish me luck. I can't film this because I need both hands to survive. I am scrambling. Those ones there are very dead. But look, I got that. Now I just have to figure out how to climb down this bankment to go pick them up. Oh my god! Oh. So I got the middle one out of those three. These ones are past it. Whoa! Look at that! And there's another piece down there too. Amazing. Good old knife on a stick. Thank you, forest. Oh, it's so pretty. Mushrooms! Thank you, mushroom tree. That is not a road for siren. A little side spur. Unfortunately, I can't go further that way because there's a tree like this and my van is too tall. So I'm gonna just stop here for a minute. I've got some stuff to do. I have not been looking forward to making this video and I feel like I really need to talk about it. I have been feeling burnt out. I have taken a couple weeks off posting YouTube videos, as you have noticed, probably by the time this is posted a month or so ago. And I've been experiencing a bit of burnout, overwhelm, and reconsidering why I'm doing this and should I keep going? Is it worth it? And I hope here that you will all convince me to keep making videos and posting them. Obviously, I'm making this one, so something in my existential crisis has convinced me to keep going. Part of it is I've been busy and it's been spring coming into summer and I haven't really had a break. And part of it is the van itself. So I built this van, it's a step van conversion, and I built it 2 and a bit years ago. And as happens when you drive on the type of roads that I do, and you are not a professional carpenter when you built it like I was, things start to deteriorate. The other thing is I went to a festival recently and I volunteered to transport a whole lot of stuff. But it has meant that I am living in a space that is full of stuff that I'm not using. It's storage inside my living space, which has been really difficult. So, in order to take care of my mental health and to pause for a moment, I was going to go on a big road trip and go for a dive in the ocean. I decided to come into the forest. Oh, look, there's some fireweed right there. And try and take as much as I can out of the van, reorganize it, tidy up, show you the state of chaos. Like, it is absolutely chaotic in there and it is driving me crazy. And do something about it. Fix it, sort it, reorganize my storage in my garage. I have to do something or I'm going to lose it and go crazy. So please give me a pep talk. I need it. This is the state of the entranceway to my van. And I am very ashamed of this mess, despite having this beautiful pile of mushrooms. Let's start here. All right, so this is the state of inside the van. These are the rugs that I'm currently storing. and living on top of, so it means I have to walk over them all the time, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But for the most part, the rest of the van is okay. But I wanted to put it out there because I've been thinking about this for a bit. I've been living in this van for, since 2022, 2023. And things have started to rattle and shake, and I want to rebuild the kitchen. And a few other things. I'd like to keep the kitchen countertops, but replace all the cabinetry with something like an IKEA pre-made or an old vintage one that I can find, and take the fronts off. Anyway, I'm feeling burnt out and overwhelmed by the complexity of that job, and I don't want to do it by myself. So I thought I would put it out here on YouTube. If you live on Vancouver Island or the Southern Gulf Islands, you are handy, have carpentry skills, and maybe 2 to 3 days, evenings, afternoons probably, because I have work, that you are interested in collaborating with me or giving me a hand, I would love to remodel this van. And I think that is so typical for folks who live in vehicles like this. After a couple years, we want to start again. We know what we can do. We can see all the improvements we'd like to make, and things start to fall apart because of the rattling and rolling and the wet places that we take our vehicles. So yeah, it may or may not happen. My email is in the description of all of the videos, so you can go there and email me. But yeah, I thought I'd put it out there. I'm sure I could eventually take it on myself. But I just don't want to do things alone anymore, and I believe having a team and having community is a much easier and better way of doing it. And would involve having somewhere to put stuff outside or in a shed during the process of renovating. So yeah, that is a late summer goal. Before winter, before fall, or early fall, before winter. Yeah. We'll get there. It'll happen. Something will change, and it will be great. I'm not sure what. Anyway, so the other thing that's broken is my bookshelf, which is a piece of string that holds the bookshelf onto these shelves here. Has worn through. It happens, I don't know, every year-ish. And what else was I going to tell you? I think those are the major things. I'm going to be getting rid of the rugs in the van on Tuesday, and I cannot wait. Then I will be able to properly actually sweep. They're definitely way too heavy for me to pick up and move right now, so I just have to leave them here and work around them at least. The floor space is kind of open. It's a circus! Anyway, I have now cleaned out the front here. I can get in and out of the van, no problem. And I'm going to show you outside all of the collections of hobbies, essentially, hobbies and projects. And then we're going to put everything into the garage and repack what we're not currently using into the garage area, because that will make my life and my sanity so much better. Here's all my project stuff for crystal bones art. Here's all my water diving stuff, which I have to inventory, make sure I have everything. Some big roll of electrical wire for an electrical project, some clay, some cooking stuff for the fire. is really not making much of a difference. Does anyone know how to drill through glaze so that I can make these into beautiful earrings or pendants? I made these a while ago. These two kind of are set little tentacles, but I thought it'd be really beautiful just to like have hanging here. But in order to do that, I need to fix my mistake, which is that the hole is filled with glaze and the drill won't drill through it. Okay. Pause that project. The next project is we are going to pick up all of the crystals and try and organize and clean that up. These are what we're working with. But I gotta get rid of the wire. This one's easy, but some of the other ones, the crystals grew over top of the wire. This one, the crystals are retaining some of the green. In other situations, the crystals have gone translucent as they have dried, which is a very interesting phenomenon. And I think it's more specific to the food coloring. So the next batch I'm gonna do with dye. So we'll see. Spray paint time. I am hungry. It is time for lunch. I've got a whole lot of salad stuff from my garden. Let's prep these mushrooms that I found on the way to the forest to put on the grill of the fire. Let's go cook them. That's kind of not what I had in mind. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is decide, I think I'm gonna use probably all of these greens. All I picked from my garden this morning. We have parsley and mint and peas and kale and dill and lettuce. So we're gonna cut all of it up, make a really nice refreshing salad, combining everything. Peas, nice, lots of beautiful flavors. The whole head of lettuce. It's gonna be so tasty. And then I'm gonna mix some canned tuna through it, the hot mushrooms, and maybe some rice. And that will be an amazing, super healthy and tasty and delicious salad for lunch. Because I've been cleaning and tidying up all morning and I'm tired. Oh my gosh, I wish you could smell how fragrant this is. That's the final salad, and I added little garlic crumbles and sesame seeds with kelp flakes in it. And it's so delicious. What a cute little spot. Barbecue salad, you can taste the crispy smokiness of the mushrooms.
Put tin foil on to protect the crystals that are underneath. These ones I will paint first, but it's really interesting. The smooth parts of the bones are turning glossy, and the porous parts are staying matte black, despite how many coats I've put on. It's very interesting, the texture of bone being different in different places. Batch 2. This time we're going to do it with more of a powdered fabric dye, because the food colouring didn't last and the colour is seeped out of the bones. Granted, I didn't seal them with an enamel spray yet, but I'm trying this and see how it differs. And then we're also going to try it with the black bones. I'm going to put a mixture of black and white in here. Ooh, look at that color. It's gonna be a pretty color. It's getting closer to boiling. Look how cool colored that looks. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? I did it again. This time I used a fabric dye and I used purple. These crystals are pretty robust, but they also seem to not hold color. So the bone itself has been dyed purple, which looks so stunning. I think I am going to re-dye the green. Look and see, when it's hotter, it forms bigger crystals, and this one here only forms very tiny little crystals, which is so stunning. So I'm going to dye the top of that as well, top of this bone. But like, they're really gorgeous. I'm going to make candlesticks from these. And the black paint has held up very well. But like, that is pretty stunning now. Once the top of the bone is also dyed purple, wow. Mounted on it, and it might have that, and it might have a big feather like that behind it. Yeah, this one I think is perfect. It does not really need anything, but like that is just going to be gorgeous.
Then I could put seashell and the barnacle, and then a gorgeous feather. I guess all of these things are made from nature, so I will definitely be sealing them all with acrylic lacquer, so that there is no biohazard-y kind of concerns, you know. But I just think that's really simple and beautiful. Yeah. So it's going to take some fiddling and playing with to get the design right, and to see which bone belongs in which frame, because at the moment I don't know.
We're making use of a beautiful sunny afternoon. We're going to spray paint these so that we can mount our things on it. These two are going to be black, and this one's going to have a gold frame. I'm going to paint here. Let's do it.
Things are going well. I am doing more bone dyeing and it is turning out beautifully. This was my first go with this beautiful green, but I'm not sure I love it. Like, the crystals are gorgeous, but I think the green looks a little bit swampy in color, and the color has actually come out of the crystals and mostly it's just colored the bone underneath. So I think a darker color is going to look more dramatic and it will show up the bones a bit more. I've also done here some purple, and so I think I'm going to put this back in the borax. The beautiful thing about borax crystals is before you seal them with some sort of epoxy or enamel, borax dissolves again. So if you heat it up and put it back in boiling liquid, it will dissolve and will reform. So I'm going to put this back in the water, and instead of this one, we're also potentially going to do one that is painted black, and then hopefully they will come out beautifully like this, covered in crystals, which will look gorgeous. I'm going to give you some close-ups now so that you can see the difference, and hopefully we'll come out with some more beautiful purple hued on black, or stained black. Like, this is gorgeous, covered in purple toned crystals. Like, I'm in love with this. It's gorgeous. Got all these that I'm going to add in, but actually before I do anything more, I think I should add some more borax to it. In some cases very definitely buried inside of it. This is one of the pieces that I am most proud of. It is truly crystallized and dyed beautifully. I'm very excited about painting it. So the first step really is I need to protect all the crystals from breakage. They're very fragile. And I want to seal it, which is also good for if I'm going to ship it internationally, making sure it's biosafe and sealed. So all of this is going to be covered in enamel paint. So I think that's my next step. This piece, I have a matching candle snuffer, and I just have to decide whether I'm going to put crystals on this black candlestick, or if I'm just going to glue this antler onto this black candle holder. I think it looks really nice like that, just kind of sits through it, the candles. I don't know, what do you think? Hi everybody, it is the middle of summer and I have been really busy, hard at work, crafting, projecting and making things. I'm very excited with this project, turning borax into homemade crystals and decorating bones and things I found in the forest and turning them into beautiful artwork. That will go on there. And then we have these two candlesticks with bones. And I'll glue it all in place so they're not wobbly. And it has a bronze snuffer that will go with it. Aren't they gorgeous? I think I've just done the scariest thing in my life. Chopped a bronze candlestick in half. Isn't that beautiful? And then I have a little bronze candle snuffer to go with it. Alright, and there's going to be a pair because I have another bone and another candlestick right there. The crystals, this time, the purple has come out beautiful. To me it looks like amethyst. So like a little faux amethyst crystal making has turned out well. And this on the front. It's all particularly fragile, as you can expect. But I think it turned out really beautiful. So, lessons I've learned. The crystals are incredibly fragile, so spraying them once they are dry. This is deer skull. With an enamel or maybe even a Mod Podge glue to glue it on so that it doesn't crumble is really important. The ones that I will be sending out to you if you purchase them are still really fragile. But the purpose of selling them, and I want you to know this, is that any money I raise by selling these goes directly towards the fund I am creating for my little tiny cabin deposit. I am scraping together enough money. At the moment, I am looking at financing and stressing about it. If it's caused me a little bit of anxiety to see if I can financially make this happen. I have cabins in mind that I have fallen in love with, areas where I would love to live. So anything that you buy goes directly into my little tiny cabin savings account. So I am so grateful for your support. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to take you on the journey with me to the cabin and beyond. I have been giving my Patreons the updates about this over the last month. So if you want to join me over there on Patreon and get the behind the scenes of where I am at with the tiny house cabin hunt, search, purchase, plan, all of that kind of stuff, please join my Patreon. Financially, it makes a huge difference to me as far as income to be able to afford it, and having your support and you coming along with me is so meaningful. Over there, I send out stickers to anyone who's newly joined. I'm about to do a post out in an order soon, so if you want to get in on that, as soon as you join on any tier, I will post you stickers. It takes me a month or two to sometimes get that organized. And then I do behind the scenes videos. Whatever I'm doing currently that is up to date, you get behind the scenes videos with that. I also have a chat over there which I really enjoy interacting with. You can share your photos or your stories and chat back with me, and I will respond to all of those messages. It's an amazing and supportive community. I have met many of you. I love you all, and I will see you back here on the channel next Monday. Bye!